Hi everyone, I'm Kelsie and welcome back to my channel, Connecting with Spirit. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about false light, what false light is, some characteristics and traits of false light, all to bring your awareness to this phenomenon, I guess you could say, so you can spot a false light for yourself. So my information is primarily learned through working with spirit and also some personal experiences that I have had. So without further ado, we're just going to get straight into this topic now, because it is a very, very interesting one. So what is a false light? So a false light, which I'm sure you've can gather from a false light, is someone who pretends to be the light. So it's usually a darker energy and they impersonate the light. They put on a mask, they put on a front, they pretend to be something that they're not. So they usually look like the light, they act like the light does, they speak like the light does. It's all a performance, really. It's like they have studied someone who is actually a light, and who's connected to the light, and they have studied them and they copy everything that person does, and it is all done intentionally. It's usually done to deceive you, to manipulate you. This sort of person or this energy is all about power and control and playing games, because they like to deceive you in order to give them a sense of superiority. They kind of get a kick out of it, but more so than that is because they're not connected to the light. They can't generate, like they need a supply, they need an energy supply. They can't generate energy for themselves because they're disconnected from love, they're disconnected from the light. So they need people who are connected to the light, who are connected to love, in order to basically siphon off their energy. And by you giving them your attention, you are their supply. And from a spiritual perspective as well, an energy perspective, there's often a dark vortex involved that's opened, and basically your energy goes into this dark vortex as well and feeds the darkness. So this is why it is really important for you to be aware of this phenomenon, aware of these energies, because they are doing it to deceive you, and they could be giving you information that is not true. It's not information that you need to have or need to be following, these sorts of things. And I would say use your discernment, be very discerning with who it is that you're looking at online or even those around you, because a false light can be anyone, to be perfectly honest with you. And as I said, they're really difficult to spot, because they are usually charming, and they're copying the light. So outward appearances, they can look really charming, they can say the right things, but it's very scripted at times. It's like they literally got a book on how to be the light and they learned it off by heart. Kind of that sort of vibe. But as I said, they're very difficult to spot. And one of the best ways that I have found to spot them, or kind of to use your discernment in order to discern who is a false light, is by tuning into your emotions, by tuning into your body, tuning into your feelings, and using your feelings as a guide, as your internal navigating system, in order to discern a light from a light, a false light from a light, these sorts of things. So I would usually just sit with my body and tune in and see how I feel after listening to someone. If I'm feeling open and expansive and feeling like in a good mood, then usually, okay, this energy is a good energy for me. If I am feeling like closed off, contracted, if my body is closed off or contracted, if it's feeling tense or stressed in any way, or I'd usually get this really weird feeling. It feels like darkness. It feels like evil is the only way I can describe it, or this sensation in my sacral, that's kind of like a there's deception here afoot, be careful. This is one of the best ways I have found to discern these sorts of energies, is by using your physical body. Now you can use kinesiology, I have a hard time pronouncing that, like muscle testing or even a pendulum to discern these sorts of energies, but sometimes you mightn't have that at hand, so it's a really good practice to get into, is to just tune into your body. I do have another video on this, on discernment as well, which I will link below if you're interested. But yeah, that's pretty much it, what a false light is, and to just bring your awareness to, so that these energies do exist, that they are out there. I know it can be really difficult to get your head around these sorts of people, that there is people out there who would do this, who would intentionally deceive other people. The denial can come up, the defense mechanisms can come up. You might find it difficult to process or digest this information, and that's okay. But to just sit with it and see what comes up for you after you've listened to this video. So, as always, thank you so much for being here, for tuning in, and until next time, take care. Bye-bye.